Hey guys, Dr. J here. In this episode we'll start the Protector Trials DLC. This will be the last leg of our journey of unlocking all achievements in this game. In order to access the Protector Trials DLC, we need to go to Extras, play downloadable content, and then choose Protector Trials. The goal in each of the trials is to gather as much item as possible by ensuring your little sister is not interrupted by the waves of Splicers. There's a total of 24 scenarios broadly separated in 6 locations. In each of them we are given different weapon and plasmid loadouts. In the first one, the weapons we can use are the rivet gun, shotgun and machine gun, as well as the level 1 versions of the Incinerate, Electrobolt and Insect Swarm plasmids. We also have the Armored Shell Tonic equipped. Now, although we have those weapons, that does not mean we can use all 3 types of their ammo. In some cases we will only be able to use one of them.
The Adam in the corpse here is lifeblood of Lamb's Rapture family. Please, watch over this little one. Through her work, we fight to reclaim Rapture.
In this case, we cannot use the solid slugs of the shotgun. We can, however, replenish our available ammo from the vending machines. We can also buy first aid kits and thief hypos as usual. Obviously, we should hack them in order to get better prices. We can do that before or after we start harvesting Adam. Now about that money. The way we earn cash is by killing Splicers. They don't drop anything, but we are automatically collecting money when they die. Thus, we will often need to visit the vending machines, which makes the timing of those ammo runs and the level layout extremely important. Okay, here we go. The Splicers will start attacking in the usual way as we've seen them in the main game. The Protector Trials are a great way of coming to appreciate the various weapons and plasmids. For example, the Insect Swarm is easily the most useful plasmid here since it both homes to the target and stuns the Splicers. Okay, as you just saw, we get $20 for killing each Thuggy Splicer. Of course, different kinds of Splicers are worth different amounts of money. Usually there's not a great risk of dying in these scenarios, but we still need to replenish our health, which also means buying more first aid kits. And of course, the hypos run out quite quickly as well. Now, next to the Adam counter, we see the 2 times multiplier. The longer our little sister harvests Adam uninterrupted, the higher the multiplier gets. This multiplier is the key to getting a good grade. In order to get all the achievements available in this DLC, we need at least an A rank in every single scenario. If the little sister gets interrupted, the multiplier will go down by 1. Usually being interrupted once will still allow us to get the A rank. More than that, however, and we'll have to replay the scenario. This level layout has the vending machines quite close to the harvesting points, so it's not particularly difficult to go replenish our supplies. In the latter ones, however, it can become significantly more difficult. We may even be forced to use the more basic types of ammo available at the Circus of Values, since we definitely will need to keep buying at least thief hypos constantly. The 4 times multiplier is the highest it will go. The only thing we need to do now is keep it from dropping down. Another thing to keep in mind is that a brief interruption will not cause it to drop. Generally, the scenarios are not too difficult and you should be able to obtain at least an A rank in a couple of tries at most. That being said, the first scenario is a good one to try to aim for the A+ rank, so we can unlock the corresponding achievement. But we'll be getting an A+ in the bonus trials anyway, so don't feel too pressured to unlock it right away. We are still only getting sluggish and leadhead Splicers, but the first Splicers will start appearing eventually.
Every drop of Adam taken is helping to break down the Rapture family. You are almost there.
Tenenbaum will say random things in specific moments during the harvesting session. They are literally random and don't correspond to the subtitles. They are mostly useful to keep track on how much of the scenario is left. At this point, we could just saturate the level with insect swarms, and thus ensure no Splicer will be able to interrupt the little sister. We have enough E for that. And there's also only a couple of spider splicers left before we finish harvesting them. The enemy types are mostly dependent on the level. I don't believe there's a significant difference between scenarios in a particular level. So you can use the first scenario to familiarize yourself with the enemy patterns. Now let's see what kind of score we'll get. Unfortunately, it seems we missed a splicer at some point, which means we're only getting an A rank. Like I said, that's not something we should be too worried about. For the next scenario, we only have the drill and the rivet gun as far as weapons are concerned. Fortunately, we also have the electrobolts and, more importantly, the decoy level 2 plasmids. For me, this is a very familiar loadout, as I was mostly using the decoy and the rivet gun in the main game as well. Also, I have confidence in aiming with the rivet gun, so headshotting splicers should not pose too much of a problem. As usual, we'll start off by hacking both the vending machines and the first aid station. Don't forget about the first aid station, since even if we're not using it, we don't want the splicers to use it either. Fortunately, we also have the trap rivets available in this scenario, so we can use them as an extra safety net in case a splicer gets near the little sister. We can start harvesting now. We should keep casting the decoy somewhere near the little sister, so as to make sure that all the splicers can see it. The splicers should start spawning right about now. Another benefit in having the decoy is that it allows us a bit more freedom in movement, and we don't have to be stuck in the vicinity of the little sister. I keep forgetting I can't shoot through the decoy. Nice, we're keeping a good rhythm. I think it's time to restock on ammo though. Rivets are incredibly cost efficient, so we don't have to worry about running out of money. That leadhead splicer almost interrupted our little sister. Unfortunately, the decoy does not work all the time. Sometimes the splicers will just fixate on the little sister and there's nothing we can do to stop them, except for killing them, of course. The timing of the reloads is also very important. Obviously, it's best to do it when there aren't any enemies around, even if we're only down a couple of rounds. We're still only fighting against leadhead and thuggy splicers. It will be a while before the spider splicers arrive. But we do have to be careful with the explosives thrown by some of the leadhead splicers. They are quite powerful, so we have to keep dodging them. This is a good time to go buy some more rivets. You see this leadhead splicer? Even though he should have been attacking the decoy, he went straight to the little sister. I'm guessing this was probably deliberate. Otherwise, the decoy plasmid would have been way too overpowered in these scenarios. And this was an example of why timing your reloads matters. Okay, so far so good. Don't wanna jinx it, but we might just get our first A+ rank here.
This little one's work is nearly finished. Just a bit more.
Here come the spider splicers. There's only a few of them, so even though they're tanky, it shouldn't be too difficult to defeat them. Unfortunately, we are running low on ammo, so although I hate to leave the little sister right now, we don't have much of a choice. Hopefully we'll make it back before she gets interrupted. Okay, I think we got lucky. Well, this scenario is pretty much over. I'll just tank the explosive. I don't want to risk moving away from the little sister. And this is the final spider splicer.
This little one has finished her work. Please lift her up to you.
Great! Unlocking the Perfect Protector achievement means we got the A+ rank. Like I said previously, it's not a huge deal if we don't get it right now, but it still feels satisfying. Okay, so in my opinion, this scenario is one of the more difficult ones. We only have the shotgun and the spear gun, as well as the hypnotized level 1 plasmid. Not only that, but we don't have the normal spear ammo available, which makes replenishing our ammo extremely expensive. Which in turn means we'll have to rely on the hypnotized plasmid a lot. Basically, we'll need to be constantly on the lookout for the strongest splicer around and then hypnotize him. Or her. No discriminations here. Unfortunately, we can only keep one splicer hypnotized, which means we'll have to deal with the rest pretty much by ourselves, since the hypnotized splicers are not particularly smart. I mean, they are trying to attack the other splicers, but they're kind of slow. Okay, it's time to start the harvesting session. We're pretty much stuck here babysitting the little sister. We could use trap spears, but that would only buy us a few seconds. And that's mostly something we should be using when replenishing supplies. That was a misclick, sorry. So I'll start things off by hypnotizing the first splicer that comes at us. We mostly need him to act as a decoy anyways. And then we'll try to get close enough to the splicers so the shotgun is still effective, without moving too far away from the little sister. Now we did get an alarm message about the little sister being attacked, but I don't think we lost any Adam because of it. Another benefit of having the hypnotized plasmid is that we can use the splicers like the insect swarms. They'll automatically home in on a nearby enemy, which is pretty convenient. Okay, we are near the vending machines anyway, so let's use this opportunity to buy some ammo and supplies. Good, this should last us a while. Let's reload and wait for the next wave. I'll also try to hypnotize a leadhead splicer this time. They have significantly more health than the thuggish splicers and a range, so this should be more useful. Yeah, like I said, they're not particularly smart. Instead of engaging the two splicers behind him, he went somewhere far away. I mean, he's still being useful since he's distracting at least one splicer, but yeah, not particularly effective. Still, things are actually progressing smoothly so far. Let's hypnotize this one. And again, we're low on ammo. I should watch for an opportunity to buy some. A leadhead splicer has dropped down there. Well, at least we have the upgraded shotgun, so it doesn't take more than 1 or 2 shots at most to kill a splicer. And now is the perfect time to buy some ammo. Okay, nice. We managed to get back to her before anyone interrupted our little sister. A lot of splicers have started dropping down there, so I'll try to clear them off. I know I said we shouldn't leave our little sister, but in this case, I felt it was pretty safe to do so. Damn, I should have just hypnotized the spider splicer right from the start. That was my bad. There's just a little bit of time left. Even though our current ammo should last us until the end, I'll play it safe and go buy some. The spider splicer is still hypnotized, so he should be able to keep our little sister safe. I think we just killed our own hypnotized spider splicer, but it doesn't matter anymore, we are done. And I think we actually managed to get another A+ rank. Nice! The litmus test achievement we've just unlocked is awarded for earning 6 stars from the trials. There are a couple more similar achievements that require a various amount of stars. For the last one, we need all 38 stars that can be obtained throughout all the trials. And one more thing. In order to unlock the bonus trials, we'll need to first complete all 18 normal trials. Now let's start the second level. In this scenario, we have the machine gun, the hack tool, the security command level 2 plasmids, and the handyman tonic. You've probably already figured out that we'll be relying on the security bots. This loadout is kind of similar to the one we had last time, but being able to summon security bots is vastly more useful than having hypnotized splicers. The level layout is also significantly more complex than the Adonis bats, and the vending machines are spread out and generally more difficult to reach. It's a good idea to use the time before we start the harvesting session to familiarize ourselves with the layout. There is no time limit, so we can take our time. There's nothing here. There's also a machine gun turret in this level which we can hack. It's useful, but it won't last long, since we simply can't afford to waste the time to repair it. Another dead end. Here's the machine gun turret. The ammo vending machine is also significantly more difficult to reach. Though in this scenario it doesn't matter much, since we only have the normal ammo for the machine gun anyway. In the next two scenarios though, we may have to decide if it's worth the risk to reach it in order to get some better ammo. And that's pretty much it. We can now start the harvesting session. Before that, I will summon our security bots. They are quite tough, so I don't think we'll need to re-summon them too often. And this will of course make our EVE management easier. Okay, let's get started. I expect we'll see some tougher splicers to start appearing. Looks like our sentry bots have already sensed an enemy. We don't have to worry about following them most of the time and can just stand by our little sister. So far it's just regular splicers that are appearing. But we should start seeing at least spider splicers soon. We can afford to waste some ammo, since we've already gotten a good amount of money. Not to mention we can only buy regular machine gun ammo anyway, and that doesn't cost too much. That leadhead splicer managed to sneak past our sentry bots. Unfortunately, the bots are not that much smarter than the hypnotized splicers. The bots can't really prioritize, so if the splicer starts spawning from multiple locations at the same time, they won't be able to decide which are the most dangerous ones. So we need to remain vigilant and not allow any splicer to get near our little sister. And so far it's not particularly difficult to do so. Though I have to keep reminding myself to aim when using the machine gun. Time to buy some more ammo. The sentry bots are actually doing a much better job than I thought. But here come the brood splicers. We don't really have any quick and easy way to deal with him, so our only choice is to spend a ton of machine gun ammo on him. And make sure the other splicers do not interrupt our little sister while we're dealing with him. Okay, that actually went well. Hopefully we won't have to deal with two of them at the same time. Also, you may have noticed, but the harvesting speed has slowed down significantly. Or rather, there's more Adam we need to harvest. The first level is really more like a tutorial, and the difficulty is much higher later on. That being said, the main difficulty lies in how we utilize the tools they've given us, rather than the level itself. As long as we use the correct strategy, every scenario will be relatively easy to complete. The spider splicers have started appearing. To be honest, it's actually more difficult to deal with them than the brood splicers, since we can expect to face several of them at the same time, and they're still quite tanky themselves. So far, everything is going according to plan. We haven't had any interruptions yet, and we have plenty of money to last us until the end of the scenario. I will resummon our bots, however, since I'm not sure what condition they're in. I could have also repaired them, of course, but this is much simpler and easier. I couldn't quite figure out who they were shooting at, but I guess it was the spider splicer on the bridge. And here's another one. Okay, they just keep coming. Looks like it's all spider splicers from now on.
So close you are to victory. Please, you must carry on.
The most important thing is to keep watching the little sister. We only have less than a minute of harvesting left, so we have to make sure she is safe. And of course she got interrupted. How did we miss him? Well, there goes my A+ rank. We should still get the A rank if I don't make another mistake. But it is very disappointing. Man, that was a close one. If I was just half a second slower, we would have dropped down to B rank. Okay, let's make sure we don't have any other mishaps. Just a few more seconds. I don't even care who they are fighting. I'll be picking up the little sister as soon as she's done. Finally, it's over.
The little one's work is finished.
Okay, that actually wasn't too terrible, and we could have easily gotten an A+ rank if not for that silly mistake. Anyway, it's time for the next scenario. At first glance, it looks like we have a lot of options. We have the rivet gun, grenade launcher and spear gun weapons, as well as the electrobolt level 1 plasmid and cyclone trap and decoy level 2 plasmids. However, if you take a second look, you probably realize what they have in common. Those are all weapons and plasmids that have the option of setting up traps. And this is exactly what we're getting. All three weapons only have trap ammo. Now, that's actually not as big of a problem as it may sound at first. We can use the trap spears and trap rivets to directly attack enemies. And we also have the decoy, which is generally simply a great plasmid to use. And the cyclone trap is also quite useful. The issue is actually the price of the ammo, and the fact we can't get it from the circus of values. That means we have to be very careful how we use the available ammo in the beginning of the harvesting, when we still don't have any money, and make sure we've set up enough traps when we try to go buy more ammo from the ammo vendor. I may have made this scenario sound more difficult than it actually is. The most challenging part will be in the beginning. Once we've stabilized our income, we can just use the trap rivets to deal with the splicers. Okay, we've hacked both vendors. It's time for this health station. And now we just need to start laying down our traps. We'll expand all of our trap spears now, since we won't be using them during the fight anyway. And just like the decoy plasmids, the trap spears are a bit particular when it comes to what surface they can be deployed on. Well, that's just great. I can't pick that one up. Oh no, never mind, it's fine. Let's try shooting them here. Well, at least now it worked. We have another spawn point there as well, so that's a good place to use a couple of trap spears. Might as well use all of them. I'm not really expecting they'll do much of anything. And I think I'll place a few trap rivets and proximity mines around the body, in case a splicer gets near the little sister. Good, now let's place some proximity mines at the stairs. The last three I'll just place in random locations. So we've used up all of our ammo, but I'm not really worried about it. The cyclone trap is actually an insta-kill plasmid. It activates quickly and throws the splicers up with such force it's guaranteed to kill them. And once the splicers start dying and we start getting money, I'll just go buy some trap rivets. Well, at least that's the plan. Let's see how it goes. I'll switch to the rivet gun, just so I'm ready when we finally get some ammo. Let's place the decoy inside that circle of traps we've prepared. Nice, a couple of splicers just died from our traps. Not sure exactly where that happened, but it doesn't matter. Let's go buy some ammo now. Wow, we could only afford 6 trap rivets. This is going to be tough. Well, at least we've got some more splicers dropping down on our traps now. So it takes 2 trap rivets to kill a thuggish splicer. We'll probably need 3 for the leadhead splicers. We've got some more money, so let's go buy some trap rivets again. That's a bit better. We'll still need to try to conserve our ammo, but this is now becoming much easier. Yeah, it's 3 trap rivets for the leadhead splicers. I need to know the exact amount because it takes some time before the trap rivets activate. So I can now just hit him 3 times and then forget about him. And we also need to remember to keep casting the decoy. So far things are going pretty okay, but it's time to go buy some more ammo. We're still only getting barely enough money to be able to afford the trap rivets. Maybe I should leave them to hit the decoy for a while. They will be hurting themselves like that. Wow, and we were extremely lucky the brute splicer just went through all of our traps. We did still use up quite a lot of ammo though, so let's go buy some more. After we deal with these splicers, I mean. Let's see if we'll be able to afford at least maxing out our trap rivets. Oh, we have another splicer on this level. Nice, we could have even bought some proximity mines. And we're already halfway through the harvesting, so if I don't make any huge mistakes, we should be fine. But here come the spider splicers. They're going to be the most troublesome of the splicers. It might be better to use the cyclone trap against them, but then again it does take up quite a lot of Eve. And I'm not sure we have the money to spend on Eve hypos. Time for another ammo run. Great, of course a spider splicer will just block our way. At least he died quickly. Let's play some more trap rivets before going to the vending machine. Things have kind of become hectic now. It looks like we've made less money this time, but this is mainly because we've had to place more trap rivets around the little sister. And this is not really a loss for us, because we can always collect them if we need to. Another thing to keep in mind is that we have hacked the health stations, so if we critically wound the splicer, he will go there to try to heal himself. And that will of course kill him, which will also save us some trap rivets. Okay, we just need to last a couple more minutes. And I think it's time to go buy some more ammo now. Of course another spider splicer will spawn behind us when we try to go to the vending machines.
Work is nearly finished. Just a bit more.
Good, we have just 1 more minute left. Okay, that was good. We managed to almost max out our trap rivets again. Really? We have the Alpha series to deal with now? Damn, they are very resistant to the trap rivets. Our best bet may be just to stall for time until the little sister finishes harvesting. We do have enough Eve to keep casting the decoy until that happens. Seems like it's working. And of course now a brute splicer will also appear. At least he's easier to deal with the trap rivets. But not by much. Finally we're done. Let's just pick her up. Man, was that close. Phew. And we even almost died before the scenario ended. To be honest, I'm not sure what would have happened then. At least we were awarded an A+ rank for our troubles. Now let's see what the next scenario will be like. Well, this is it for today's episode. Thank you for spending your time with me, and if you have enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It will really help me a lot. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. Take care, and until next time.